The Elder Scrolls series has seen more than its fair share of major enemies who have sought to revise Tamriel in their own vision. Of course, they have been stopped or delayed by major heroes throughout the entries of the series. Many of them have their own motives as to why they would embark on such tasks, ranging from avenging a loved one or in search of an artifact, but the most common driving force of these acts is nothing more than the pursuit of power. I think that this next character is the embodiment of that lust for power that he torn down everything that he had in order to achieve it. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's lore video, we will be going through one of Tamriel's most recent antagonists. It has been some time since I did a traditional lore video, but to keep things interesting, I'll be shifting between different types of content to keep things fresh on this channel. We are approaching the 1,000 subscriber mark and it would be amazing if we could reach it. So if you're enjoying the Elder Scrolls content, leave a like on the videos you come across on this channel and subscribe while you're at it so you can see what other videos I've made. Introduced in the Dawnguard DLC years ago, we are introduced to an ancient family of vampires, Clan Volkihar, led by their patriarch, Lord Harkon. One of the major qualities of Harkon and what makes him so dangerous is his pursuit of power and how all of his actions were driven by this simple driving force. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we go through the lore behind Lord Harkon of Clan Volkihar. Lord Harkon wasn't always the vampire lord that he is now in the events of Skyrim. In fact, his mortal life traces all the way back to vampires before they were even widely known in Skyrim. Harkon, along with his wife Valerica and daughter Serana, were once a wealthy noble family, likely living in the same castle that Harkon currently resides in the northwest of Skyrim. Beyond this, not much is known about their family dynamic, but it is likely that it was much better than how they are now. From his time in the nobility, Harkon had developed a huge fear: mortality. He did not like that despite his wealth and status, he would eventually die due to his humanity, so he sought to prevent this from happening. During his sudden delve into the dark arts, he had discovered vampirism, an ancient practice by Molag Bal in which innocents would be sacrificed, and in turn, those who made offerings could become full-blooded vampires, or those that were sacrificed to do so. Through this, Harkon had sacrificed thousands of innocents to the Daedric Prince and became one of the first full-blooded vampires in Skyrim, thus granting immortality to the clan and anyone else who wished to convert. One would think that this would be enough to satisfy Harkon's desire to become immortal and not be limited to the nature of humanity. Harkon wanted more. He wanted to be able to live as a vampire without the limitations of vampirism, such as not being able to walk in the sun. This pursuit was when he discovered the prophecy known as the Tyranny of the Sun that can allow vampires to walk the lands of Tamriel during the day without fear of disintegration, and sought to complete the terms of the prophecy. It was this that caused his wife and daughter to eventually flee from him, as it is clear to them that his ambitions for power and immortality far exceeded his care for his own family. During this pursuit, he was able to obtain 2 Elder Scrolls that talked about this prophecy. However, in order to completely fulfill the terms, he needed Auriel's bow, which means at some point before the estrangement of his family, he had nearly completed this prophecy. Due to the animosity between the parents, Valerica hid Serana in Dim Hollow's crypt along with one of the Elder Scrolls while she herself fled to the Soul Cairn using her alchemy lab with the other Elder Scroll. This had angered Harkon as without the scrolls, he is unable to fulfill his prophecy. For the next few millennia, Harkon and his clan of vampires have continued to reside in Castle Volkihar in attempts to look for his estranged family. Mainly keeping quiet, but may have done some occasional visits outside to attack unsuspecting travelers and feeding off of them. Enter the 4th era, and the Dragonborn joining the Dawnguard. Regardless of which faction the Dragonborn ends up joining, Harkon will still be the main antagonist, showing his disregard of loyalty in order to meet his own ends. The Dragonborn's journey through the DLC revolves around finding Serana and uncovering Harkon's plan to fulfill the Tyranny of the Sun. It is also through this journey that we uncover a few more details about Harkon's personality. One major thing is that he hates everything that reminds him of his wife. It was due to this that he had the courtyard closed off and no one from his clan ever explores it, making it the best place for Valerica to hide anything under Harkon's nose. It is also clear that while Harkon expresses love for his daughter, his main concern is to his own ambitions, as after seeing his daughter for the first time in thousands of years, the first thing he shows concern for is the Elder Scroll. However, he is slightly honorable, as he was willing to share his power with the Dragonborn as a reward after returning his daughter to him. And even if they refused, Harkon would simply banish them, giving them a chance to live instead of killing them right in his hall. This shows that despite anything of the Dragonborn's attempts, Harkon's pursuit of the Tyranny of the Sun prophecy could not and will not be deterred by anyone. His desire for power was further proven after Serana and the Dragonborn discovered the true nature of the prophecy through Verthur. That Serana has to be a sacrifice for this prophecy to come alive, meaning that Harkon only kept her alive and protected her just for the purpose of sacrificing her when the time is right, throwing away any doubt in Serana's mind that Harkon truly cared about her. In the end, Harkon was confronted, and after a battle between the Dawnguard and the vampires, Harkon was confronted in the depths of his castle and was killed, but not before crying out Serana's betrayal. I think Harkon was simply someone who became blinded by his power and greed and struggled with humanity inside. While it was difficult to perceive whether or not he truly cared for his daughter, at the end of it all, Harkon was simply someone who cared too much about his pursuits and meeting his own ends that he was ignorant to what he had destroyed. He had wealth, status, power, and threw it all away just to pursue even more of it, while not dying in the process. If you ask me, he deserved the fate he got. I'm not normally biased when I make these kinds of videos, but Harkon was quite the hated character for me, but if I think about it, that's what made him a good antagonist. Before I finish with today's lore video, I do want to point out something. If we explore the chambers of the Vampire Lord, we will come across a Dragon Priest's dagger and the mythic Dawn banner. I thought this was interesting because why would he possess such distinct items in his chambers? I never heard of any association with the Mythic Dawn nor the Dragon Priests in Harkon's End. Perhaps the latter is more likely, as his family would have been around at the time of the Dragon Priests, or perhaps these were options he was exploring to extend his power and immortality before he ultimately associated himself with Molag Bal. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below and let me know what you think of Lord Harkon. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you can check out more Elder Scrolls content. We are close to 1,000 subscribers and I would greatly appreciate it if we can hit that mark. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out and I will see you all soon.